Hi, hello, and welcome here to the WHS Network here on YouTube.com. We have Raider Baseball coming your way here this evening from beautiful Raider Field here in Summit, Indiana. The 3-5 Cowan Blackhawks will visit Raider Field to take on your 9-3 Wapahani Raiders. The Raiders, their last time out, which was last night, fell to the Delta Eagles by a final score of 6-0. So trying to get back on the winning side of things here this evening as we take on the Blackhawks. We'll go ahead and start things here with the Liberty Prairie Alumni Association pregame report here this evening. Again, Wapahani coming to tonight's game 9-3. Really, overall, we've had a very successful start to the season, especially from a hitting standpoint. We're hitting .350 with a .355 on base percentage. So guys are getting on, and we're really successful from a hitting standpoint. We're knocking in runs. We've managed to score 111 runs on 103 hits. But it's sometimes some of these timely hits is where we've kind of fell through the wayside a little bit here in some crucial games like the game last night against Delta. We had some times throughout the ball game there where we could have put a couple runs up on the board in a few innings there, and unfortunately things didn't go as far as turn out that way for us. I know a couple other games where it's been like that, so you got to have good timely hitting here. But the Raiders really overall from a offensive standpoint, we've been very successful. Also, we have 3 home runs as a team, 22 doubles, and 4 triples here on the season. The pitching has been really outstanding as well. As a overall pitching rotation for the Raiders, they have a 2.36 ERA, which is outstanding. They've only allowed 53 hits, 35 runs scored, and they've also only walked 23 guys, which is extremely crucial to make sure not to give your opponent any free passes. Then also we have 97 strikeouts, and the batting average against our pitchers are just 183. So we're getting it done on the mound, and our hitting has been solid. But again, it's been some of these timely hits that we haven't really necessarily been able to get in some of these tougher games for us. So hopefully that trend will fade away, and we'll start to be able to hit a little bit better with guys in scoring position. It really gives ourselves a lot better chance to win ball games. Not only that, but our fielding at times here throughout the season hasn't been quite up to par. I'm sure where head coach Brian Dudley would like it at, and obviously so, because it's going to lose you ball games if you're not playing great defense out there. You got to be able to perform every facet of the game correctly, and these guys are they've played the game long enough, they're talented enough, they know what they got to do. It's just about going out there and doing it. So there's no reason to beat them over the head with it, or to even beat themselves over the head with it. It is what it is. It's one game. It's over with. Now you move on to the next day, and obviously a fantastic day for baseball here today when Wapahani takes on the Blackhawks. Speaking of which, Cowan here on the season, only a .259 batting average here as a team, a .412 on base percentage, so they're able to draw walks and be able to get guys on base still. They have 52 hits. They've only scored 52 runs. But their pitching has, a little bit something to be desired here to begin the season. Granted, they've only played 8 games, but their team ERA from a pitching staff is an 8.77 ERA, while allowing 75 hits, 82 runs, and 57 walks. That is way too many free passes, and given opportunities to teams to get on the board early, get guys on base, and obviously they're hitting well against them to score runs. So Cowan, probably their biggest problem, really from the pitching standpoint. The hitting has been pretty decent here for them. 259 isn't great, but it's not completely horrible as well. So we'll see what happens here. They do have a couple of nice players here. You got Dylan Gaskill, which is probably their best hitter here for the Blackhawks, hitting .435 on the season with a pair of doubles, 7 RBIs, and 7 runs scored. Here for the Raiders, we took a look at some of their player stats, and Garrett Stanley leading the way here for the Raiders so far this season, which, obviously that's why they have him in the leadoff spot. But he's had a lot of success there so far. 457 batting average, 3 doubles, a triple, and 21 runs scored, which last time I checked, he was second, possibly even first in the state of Indiana in runs scored, which is obviously great because not only is he, does that mean he's getting on base, but then guys behind him are knocking him in and doing the little things correctly. So really like what we've seen here. We'll have Stanley out there in center field tonight. Lipscomb, he's hitting 419 with a pair of doubles, also 3 triples and 19 RBIs. Chandler Wise having another strong season for himself, right there in second place behind Lipscomb in RBIs with a batting average right around 400. Braxton Davis, a 379 batting average. So doing the little things here are these guys. Stephen Vickery really doing a nice job down in the lower part of the order. So, you just got to make it happen for yourself, and hopefully the Raiders will be able to do that here today. We'll go ahead and now introduce tonight's starting lineups. First for the Cowan Blackhawks, leading things off and playing center field will be number 11, Max Netrauer. Batting second and playing left field, number 6, Evan Davis. Batting third, the first baseman, number 4, Jack Mace. Batting fourth, the catcher, number 8, Dylan Gaskill. Batting fifth and pitching, number 16, Colin Keir. Batting sixth and playing third base, 00, Jacob Thomas. Batting seventh and playing second base, number 1, Christian Barton. Batting eighth and playing right field, number 15, Marshall Hargraves. And batting ninth, the shortstop, number 9, Noah Collins. Again, the Blackhawks are coached by Ryan Conwell. Now we'll take a look here at tonight's starting lineup for your Wapahani Raiders. Leading off and playing center field, number 15, Garrett Stanley. Batting second and pitching for the Raiders, number 12, Chandler Wise. Batting third and catching, number 3, Tyson Lipscomb. Batting fourth, playing third base, number 22, Braxton Davis. Batting fifth and playing first base, number 23, Drew Young. Batting sixth, the shortstop, number 8, Stephen Vickery. In the 7-hole, the designated hitter, number 17, Brevin Rivers. He'll be hitting for the right fielder, number 4, Riley Longfellow. Batting eighth, the left fielder, number 11, Isaiah Brozier. And batting ninth, the second baseman, number 5, Evan Roush. Again, your Raiders are coached by Brian Dudley, assisted by Jason Dudley, Willie Pease, Randy Murphy, Blake Turner, and Drew Brandt. So again, that's tonight's starting lineups right here on the WHS Network. We'll step aside here for a break. We got the national anthem coming up, and tonight's ceremonial first pitch right after this break. All righty, welcome back here, folks. We got tonight's ceremonial first pitch. We have, again, a really nice evening here for some of the festivities. We have a fundraiser going on this evening, which we'll get into that here in just a moment. We have Sean Sherfy out there in the black jacket there with the white and black baseball cap. And then his grandson on the mound, little Eli. Sean's one of his sons, Nick Sherfy, passed away just a couple years ago, and they are doing a fundraiser here this evening for a scholarship fund that's going to be held by Cowan High School. So we're just helping out here this evening as Nick's son Eli will throw tonight's first pitch there, and that will be in there for a strike. So a great job there by the young man Eli Sherfy.
Let's give the Sherfy family a welcome.
So again, a big congratulations there to the Sherfy family there. Continued prayers and support there for them. A great family there. Sean's a great guy. He's an IHSA official as well. But a 1984 graduate out here of Wapahani High School. And we just want to honor his son Nick Sherfy here this evening and all the different things that's going to be going on. They're supposed to have a 50-50 raffle as the game goes along. They're supposed to have that here this evening. And then also for every hot dog and pork burger bought this evening out here at the ball game, $1 for each one. $1 will be donated to the scholarship fund of Nick Sherfy that they're going to be, I think, opening up this year. Either that or this is the second year of it. But something that the family wanted to do for a student athlete at Cowan High School. It's $1,000 scholarship, which obviously college very expensive. So I'm sure every ounce of that will be very much appreciated by the recipient of that award. But just a real neat thing that the Sherfy family is doing for whatever student athlete wins that, and Cowan High School in general. And then for us out here at Wapahani, a really nice gesture here of the Wapahani High School and athletic department to be able to come out here and to show support of the Sherfy family, Cowan High School, and Cowan baseball. Really neat thing there for us. So, of course, anything that we can do, I'm sure we will definitely try to do it here this evening. But we'll go ahead and get right into things here with tonight's ball game. Again, Chandler Wise on the mound here. We'll get to the defensive alignment here in just a moment, but we'll lead things off with the center fielder, number 11, Max Netrauer. And that will be in there, called a strike, 0-1 to begin things. Speaking of which, the Jones Auto Body defensive alignment here this evening, Isaiah Brozier out in left field, Garrett Stanley in center, Riley Longfellow over in right field. Around the horn, Braxton Davis at third. You have Stephen Vickery at shortstop, Evan Roush at second, Drew Young at first, and then the battery. Here we got Chandler Wise on the mound and Tyson Lipscomb behind home plate. So again, that's tonight's Jones Auto Body defensive alignment. So 0-2 the count here on Netrauer. Here's the pitch from Wise, and that will be in there, called strike 3, looking for the first out of the inning. So a great way to start things here for Chandler. And now we'll see the left fielder, number 6, Evan Davis. Netrauer there, man, that was just up there for the Blackhawks. He's a 400 hitter, second best hitter here for the Blackhawks, leading off. 1-0 to begin things here on Davis. An absolutely beautiful day for baseball here. Finally, we got some good weather here again. The last couple of days have really not been too pretty. The rain, has been a factor. Obviously, it's been cloudy, foggy, and not to mention the fact it's been a little chilly as well. So, we're hoping towards the end of the week here we'll start to get more of that spring and summer kind of weather. I know next week it's supposed to be around 80 degrees. That will literally be a heat wave, considering we've dealt with 30 and 40 degree temperatures really since about latter part of November, first part of December. So that will be a nice change for us here and actually have some baseball weather here this evening. But it's 2 balls and 2 strikes here on Evan Davis with 1 out and nobody on here in tonight's opening inning. Wise gets the signs and the pitch, and swung on and missed. Sit down, says Chandler Wise, and that will be the second out of the inning. So 2 up, 2 down, 2 strikeouts to begin tonight's game, as we'll have the first baseman, number 4, Jack Mace, now at the plate. So Wise trying to make quick work of the Blackhawks here in the opening inning. As that one will be fouled back. And the count will start off here at 0-1. Mace will step back in there. Wise gets a signs. The windup and the 0-1 offering will be a bit high there. Now 1-1. Good friend of ours behind home plate there this evening, Tanner Hoots. Hopefully he does a good job back here and won't have to say anything bad about him. I'm just kidding there, Tanner. Hopefully he gets to come back and watch the game there later on. A nice shot out there to right field there by Mace. One hop the wall out there, so a 2-out double by Jack Mace will get the Blackhawks a-going here with their first hit of the ball game. So now the catcher, number 8, Dylan Gaskill, now at the plate. Gaskill again, a .435 hitter. That's a team lead here for the Blackhawks on the season. Also 2 doubles, 7 RBIs. Here's a pitch from Wise, swung on and missed, 0-1. So a big-time batter here for Wise. Now you got the first 2 out of the inning via the strikeout. Then you give up the double to right field. You got a man in scoring position. You got to make sure and leave him there. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Ooh, a close pitch right there, but 1-1. I guess I'm already going to have to get on Tanner here early in this game. I'm just a kidding. 1 ball, 1 strike here on Gaskill. Just a little bit low right there by Wise. So the count stands at 2 balls and 1 strike on the cleanup hitter for the Blackhawks. Wise comes to the set and a pickoff back to second as there'll be no throw. Wise gets what he likes. 2-1. Here's the pitch. And that's going to sail over the head of Lipscomb. He'll throw down to third. And that's going to get into left field, but didn't get too far away. Nice job there by Brozier coming in on that. So 3-1 now the count. Mace down at third now after a wild pitch. Wise just got to settle down and make a couple pitches here. Hopefully get out of this inning with nothing crossing home plate. Here's the 3-1, fouled off. And now that will run the count to full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. With 2 out and a man on third. Just 90 feet away. Wise comes to the set and a payoff pitch. Strike 3 gets him swinging. And Wise will strike out the side of the Cowan Blackhawks. So a base runner there for the Blackhawks here this evening. Had a nice opportunity, but Wise was able to get out of the jam as they get no runs on 1 hit, also no errors, and 1 left on. We'll head to the bottom of the first here from Raider Field. We'll be back with more right after this on the WHS Network. Alrighty, welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to thank our game break sponsor here this evening between innings, Muncie Dragway, owned by Scott and Dawn Daniels. The Muncie Dragway is located along State Road 67 west of Albany, Indiana. For more information and upcoming events, please visit their website at www.munciedragway.com. And you can contact them at 765-789-8470. Muncie Dragway Family Fun, an eighth mile at a time. Also to another one of our proud sponsors here, Jones Auto Body, owned by J.R. Fannin. They're located at 1901 East Memorial Drive in Muncie, Indiana. Jones Auto Body is one of Muncie's oldest and largest auto repair and paint shops, in which they've been servicing the community for over 30 years. So if you have any questions or need them to take a look at your vehicle, make sure to contact Jones Auto Body at 765-284-2593. Again, that is Jones Auto Body, assurance of quality. So as we get back to baseball here this evening, we'll start things off here with a leadoff man, center fielder number 15, Garrett Stanley. Garrett, again, as I mentioned earlier in the pregame report, a .457 hitter on the year, 3 doubles, 1 triple, 21 runs scored, and also is a big-time threat on the base pass. So 1-0 to begin things here on Stanley. Here in the bottom half of the first, as that will be skied up into foul ground on the first base side, and Mace will make the play for out number 1 of the inning. So now the pitcher, number 12, Chandler Wise, will now stand in. Again, the Raiders had a tough go of it at the plate yesterday. Only was able to collect 3 hits on the evening. So we're hoping we can get after things early and often there, as that's going to take a bad hop. Nearly took off the third baseman's hat. So the Raiders will get a base runner. Let's say we'll probably go ahead and rule that one a hit. He really couldn't have done a whole lot about that anyway. So Chandler Wise gets a 1-out single here in the bottom half of the first inning, and we'll now have the catcher, number 3, Tyson Lipscomb, at the plate. 19 RBIs here on the year. A .419 hitter. So Wise in there safely at first. 1 out here in the inning. Again, a little bit of a change here in the lineup. Braxton Davis following Lipscomb. And a pitch just a bit outside there, 1-0. Again, on the mound here this evening for the Blackhawks is number 16, Colin Keir. Here's the 1-0, and that's going to plunk Lipscomb there on the forearm. So now the Raiders will have him at first and second, and only 1 out here in the inning. Wise moves on to second, Lipscomb at first, and the third baseman, number 22, Braxton Davis, now stands in at home plate with a man in scoring position and a great opportunity to get on the board early here in this one. And the pitch by Keir will be, let's see, did he offer it? No, he did not. So a quarter swing, I guess, if you will, there by Braxton Davis. 1-0 to begin things here on him. He's also having another nice year here for himself. .379 on the season with a double as Braxton Davis, a sophomore here for the Raiders. He can pitch. He can also play third base. So again, Wise out at second, Lipscomb at first. With 1 out here in the inning. Here's the 1-0 pitch, high in the zone now, 2-0. So a great opportunity to hit here. Again, the Raiders did not even score a run at all yesterday. And looking to strike first here in this one, as that's going to be called a strike, now 2-1. Wise with a good lead off of second base. Keir peeks back there and throws it on in there past Davis to even the count here at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Davis obviously going to have to protect the plate. Let's see what he can put together here. A ball low in the dirt. Wise is going to head to third, and that's going to get by the third baseman in the left field. Lipscomb will now take third base, and Wise will score on the play. So worked out nicely right there. Davis took the ball down low there for ball 3, and then Wise advanced on the third after the wild pitch. Lipscomb then advanced on to second base, and then the error and the throw allowed the run to score, as Davis will again foul that one back. Here's the payoff pitch once more, and that will be a walk. So a nice AB there by Braxton Davis. Really working the count right there. So a man at first and third now. Lipscomb at third, Davis at first, and the first baseman, number 23, Drew Young, now stands in at home plate with a fine opportunity to at least collect an RBI in this situation. We'll see what happens. Keir already in a little bit of trouble, already given up one run here. And the Raiders threatening for more, as that one will be in there, called a strike, 0-1. No balls, one strike here with a pitch. And Davis will take off running, and that's going to be a stolen base there for Braxton Davis. So now the Raiders with base runners at second and third. Davis at second, Lipscomb at third, and Young at the plate. Here's the pitch. Ball outside, now 1-2. And again, Young here of late has struggled a little bit here at the plate. Might have been why they dropped him down one slot. I don't know how much of a difference that's really going to make, but hopefully he can come through right here. And that will be popped up into the infield. And the third baseman will make the play for the second out of the inning. So a tough go of it there for Young. And now we'll see the shortstop, number 8, Stephen Vickery.
Number 8, Stephen Vickery.
Vickery, a .344 hitter on the season with a home run, 6 RBIs. Also 3 doubles and 12 runs scored on the year in a big-time situation here, hoping that Vickery can come through here for the Raiders, 1-0. So Keir really hasn't got ahead of these batters very good. Mostly, 1-0, 2-0 counts. That's going to be outside now. So a great hitter's count now for Vickery. Let's see if he can execute on this opportunity here with Brevin Rivers waiting on deck. Here's a 2-0 offering, and that's going to be rifled into center field, and that will be caught by the center fielder to make the catch for the third out of the inning. So again, the Raiders was able to pick up a run here in the bottom half of the first inning. They was able to get 1 run here on 1 hit, also 1 error, and 2 left on base. To the top of the second we go here. The Raiders lead it 1-0 after 1. All righty, welcome back here, folks. We got at the top of the second inning here from beautiful Raider Field. Brandon Morvillius again alongside cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy right here with you. On YouTube.com, we have the top of the second here with the pitcher, number 16, Colin Keir. Keir so far on the season, a .360 batting average with 3 doubles, also 7 RBIs, 5 runs scored. As we'll get things going here, Wise was able to make essentially quick work of the Blackhawks there in the top of the first inning. Did allow a 2-out double, but was able to strike out the Swide. 1 looking and 2 swinging. So now 0-2 on Keir. Following him be third baseman 00 Jacob Thomas. Going to change things up here a little bit. I don't know if Wise could necessarily see what Lipscomb was putting down here. Here's the 0-2 offering from Wise. And a ground ball up the middle. There's Roush. He'll set his feet, and that will be out number 1 of the inning. Nicely done there by Evan Roush for a 4-3 putout for out number 1. And that will now bring up third baseman 00 Jacob Thomas. So far, so good here to open up the second. Swung on and missed, 0-1. And really right now you can tell Wise really overpowering these hitters with his fastball. You know, mixing that in with his breaking pitch, keeping these hitters off balance. And not only that, but then changing the eye level of the hitter as well. You just seen that last pitch right there up in the zone. Now maybe he might go a breaking pitch, low and away. Goes back there. Davis makes the play on the first. And 2 up and 2 down are the Blackhawks. After a 5-3 put out there, Davis to Young.
The second baseman, number 1, Christian Barton.
And now the second baseman, number 1, Christian Barton, now standing in. So I'm sure Cowan would like to make Wise work a little bit harder here in the inning. But Chandler trying to make things as easy as possible to get back in there to get his guys in there to hit to possibly score some more runs. So 0-1 on Barton, and the pitch nearly clips him. One ball, 1 strike on Barton with 2 out and nobody on. So that one will be fouled back and out of play. And the count now stands at 1-2. Barton, the number 7 hitter in the order. Following him will be right fielder Hargraves, but hopefully we won't have to see him until the third. Here's the pitch from Wise. And another one nearly catching the batter. But an even count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 out here. Deuce's wild. Here's the pitch. And a very close one there. I don't know what Tanner was looking at on that one. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The payoff pitch. And down the left field line, foul. So the count will stay put here at 3-2. Wise once again with a payoff pitch. And that's going to be low for ball 4. So a 2-out walk.
The right fielder, number 15, Marshall Hargraves.
Which will allow the right fielder, number 15, Marshall Hargraves, to now bat here in the top of the second inning. So hopefully that walk won't come back to haunt Wise. Nice pitch there from Chandler up in the zone, coming back with the stinky cheese, so to speak. 0-1 here on Hargraves. Barton at first base. Not a bad runner, but not necessarily a huge threat on the base pass. And the 0-1 pitch swung on and missed. Looked like he was swatting at flies on that one. Now 0-2. And a little excuse me swing there sends it on down the right field line. So the count will stay put here. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. With a man on at first. As Wise tries to put another 0 up on the board. Pick off back to first as Barton will be back in there safely. Wise gets what he likes, and the pitch. A ball low, now 1-2. So the last 2 at bats here definitely made Chandler work here a little bit more. Trying to leave Barton over there where he is at first. Here's the pitch. Another one fouled back. So this will be the 6th pitch in the at-bat upcoming for Marshall Hargraves. And see you later. Pull the chainsaw. Goodbye. So that will end the inning right there as Chandler Wise is able to collect the last down of the inning via the strikeout looking. And the Blackhawks get no runs on no hits, also no errors, and 1 left on. We'll head to the bottom of the second here from Raider Field. We'll be back with more Raider baseball on the WHS Network. All righty, here we are back with the bottom of the second inning here on the WHS Network. Again, glad to have all of you with us here this evening as Rivers sends that out to deep left field. And the left fielder will be there to make the play for the first out of the inning. So a nice drive by Rivers, but just not enough to send it out of here. Maybe next time. So now we'll have the left fielder number 11, Isaiah Brozier, at the plate. Already 1 out here in the inning as the Raiders look to put another crooked number up on the board here as Brozier will send that to the left side now to play 0-1. Again, the Raiders struck first here in this one with a 1-0 lead as Brozier fouls that one back again out of play now 0-2. Raiders got a run off of a Chandler Wise base hit. Advanced then on to third on the wild pitch. And then scored on the error in the throw by the catcher. So the count stays put here. No balls, 2 strikes here on the Raiders left fielder. Following him will be the number 9 hitter in the order, Evan Roush. Care with the windup and the pitch. Again, fouled out of play. So Brozier staying alive, as they say.
He's got his jersey on now.
So no balls, 2 strikes here on Brozier. Colin Care with the windup and a pitch. And nubbed out in front of the third baseman right there as that will get by him into left field for a base hit by Isaiah Brozier. So nicely done right there. He had 2 strikes on you, able to fight that one off. Got it right there beside the third baseman, and then snuck in the 5 and 6 hole into left field for a hit. Now we'll have the number 9 hitter in the order, second baseman, number 5, Evan Roush, getting a start here today with Wise on the mound. Outside part of the plate, 1-0 to the count. Following Roush will be the top of the order with Garrett Stanley. So if we can get Roush on here, maybe we might be in some business. Here with a pitch. In there, called a strike, 1-1. And again, it's always crucial here for the offense to get a great start. I don't care what team it is, what school it is, what sport it is. You want to always get a good, get off to a great start to the ball game. And even more important, considering some of the offensive woes that we had yesterday. You come back out here today. Today's a brand new day, great day to play some baseball and hopefully tee off on the baseball here, and that's exactly what Roush does as he sends that out to right fielder, but right fielder makes the play, and that will be the second out of the inning. So nice hit by Roush, but unfortunately didn't get to land in play. So now 2 out and 1 on, and back to the top of the lineup here with the center fielder, number 15, Garrett Stanley. He led off the ball game with a foul out to the first baseman in the first. So that will be in there, called a strike. So 0-1 to begin things here on Stanley. And a ground ball to shortstop. Stanley tomahawked that one, and that will end the inning. So the Raiders get a base runner there with a single by Isaiah Brozier, but nothing to show for here, as the Raiders get no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on. We'll head to the top of the third here from Raider Field. Again, Wapahani leads at 1-0. Welcome back here on the WHS Network, top of the third inning, as we'll get things started here with the shortstop, number 9, Noah Collins, 0-1 to begin things here for the Blackhawks. Again, so far, Wise had to escape a little bit of trouble there in the first inning and had a 2-out walk in the second, but other than that, really has mowed down these Blackhawk hitters to this point, as he hung on to that one a little too long, skipped that one in the dirt to even a count up here at 1-1 strike. But Wise, so far here on the evening, 4 strikeouts, also 1 walk, and he's given up 1 hit. Swung on and missed strike 2. Collins really pulled off that ball. Might want to step into that pitch, take it the other way. But, hey, if he's going to swing and miss, that's going to be fine with us. Ground ball there to Roush. Plants his feet, throws on the first, and that'll be out number 1 of the inning. So back to the top of the order here for the Blackhawks with the center fielder, number 11, Max Netrauer. Again, Netrauer there, struck out looking to begin the ball game. And they're called a strike 0-1. So following Netrauer, we'll have Evan Davis, the left fielder. Wise with a wind up. Here's the 0-1. Chop to the third base side, and not a very good idea there by Davis. Yeah, he was really in that in-between hop. Probably just should have laid back on that one, get in front of it, knock it down with your body, then make the throw. And even if you wouldn't have got him, it is what it is. At least you got to make sure to keep the ball in front of you there. So a mishap there. We'll roll that one a hit for Netrauer. So 1 on and 1 out now for the left fielder, Evan Davis, as he nearly swung out of his shoes on that pitch, 0-1. Davis so far struck out swinging, 0 for 1 on the evening. Wise glances over at first. And the pitch, and they're called strike 2. So Davis in a hole here with Netrauer over at first, 1 out in the inning. So big time strikeout of Davis as he's sent down packing for the second time of the ball game.
The first baseman, number 4, Jack Mace.
Close pitch right there. 1-0 to begin things on the Blackhawks first baseman, number 4, Jack Mace. He had a double in the first inning and was left stranded at third. 2 out, 1 on, and that's a bit up in the zone for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes. 1 on and 2 out in the inning. A throw back to first, now to second base. And that's going to end the inning. A big-time base running mistake right there. It was a 1-3-6 put out, and that will end the inning. So the Blackhawks was able to get a base running off of the error by Braxton Davis as they get no runs, no hits, 1 error, and nobody left on. We'll head to the bottom half of the third inning. Again, the Raiders lead at 1-0. Bottom half of the third inning here from Raider Field as Wapahani tries to get something going here in the inning. So far to this point, the Raiders have managed to collect 1 run here on 2 hits. Also 1 error and 2 left on base to this point in the ball game. But hopefully we'll be able to start making some more solid contact and scoring some runs. And we're going to lead things off here with the Raiders pitcher, number 12, Chandler Wise. 1 for 1 on the day, had a single in the first inning, and then came around to score off of the wild pitch and then the error and a throw by the catcher there in the first inning. So 1 ball and 1 strike here to Wise. Keir gets the signs and the pitch. Swung on and missed. I'll tell you what, that was right there in the part of the zone where you want it at. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Wise. And the pitch, ball 2 low. Two balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch to Wise and a ground ball to the shortstop. Throw on to first, and he's going to be in there safely as Wise will leg that one out for an infield single. Good throw or not, he would have been safe either way.
The catcher, number 3, Tyson.
So Wise will lead off with a base hit. 2 for 2 now on the day for Wise. And the catcher, number 3, Tyson Lipscomb, will now be at the plate with an opportunity to either move Wise up or possibly even hit him in. Lipscomb was hit by a pitch back in the first inning and was left stranded at third. And a pitch to Lipscomb will be up out of the zone, 1-0. Good place to hit right here if you're the Raiders catcher. There's a 1-0 offering. Low and outside, now 2-0. Again, Lipscomb still without a home run on the season. Should have had one last week and made a bad call. Went right over the foul pole, and they said it went foul. It was actually fair, but hey, it is what it is. So it'd be nice if Lipscomb could send a charge into one right here and put it over the right field fence or center field, left field, I don't care. So a fly ball, center field. Center fielder comes in on it, makes the play for the first out of the inning. So now the third base, number 22, Braxton Davis, will stand in. Braxton drew a walk in the first inning, later on stole second base and was left stranded there. So the Raiders have Chandler Wise at first. 1 out here in the inning. As that's well high end away for a ball, 1-0. So 1 ball and no strike here to Davis. Keir comes to the set, and a 1-0 will be a ball low, now 2-0. And that's really been one of the biggest things, again, here for Keir. I mentioned this earlier. Getting behind most of these hitters in the lineup here for the Raiders. He was getting that 1-0, 2-0, maybe 2-1. You know, that count right there where it's still a very good hitters count here. A little hit and run action. And that's going to be in the glove of the center fielder. On back to first, and Wise will get back in there safely. So really not a bad idea, but just unfortunately couldn't able to get that one over his head or down in front of him, as he will line out to the center fielder for the second out of the inning. So Wise is still at first base, 2 out, and now the first baseman, number 23, Drew Young, will stand in here 0 for 1 on the evening, popped it up to the third baseman, the first. So he's looking for a much better result here. Young, a 300 hitter on the year. He's had a lot of success here. He's first baseman, also can get the job done on the mound as well. But looking for the big-time boomstick here by Drew Young here in the bottom of the third inning, as that's a pickoff move back to first. Is Wise in there safely. And a pitch to Young. Be low in the dirt as Wise will take off to second. And a base running mistake by the Raiders will cost them an out, and that will end the inning. So the Raiders again get a leadoff base hit. Nothing to show for it here, as the Raiders get no runs on one hit, no errors, and nobody left on. We'll head to the top of the fourth here from Raider Field. We'll step aside, and again, this will be our Muncie Dragway game break. Welcome back here with more Raider baseball on YouTube.com. The Raiders here with a 1-0 lead as we enter the bottom of the fourth inning. Gonna go with a check swing there called a ball. He did not go there according to the infield umpire. So 2-0 here on the first baseman, Jack Mace. Again, he was up in the third inning there, but didn't get to really do anything there because Netrower was caught stealing out at second. And he will fly out to left field for out number one of the inning. So a great start there for Wise and the Raiders here in the top of the fourth.
Catcher, number 8, Dylan Gaskill.
And now the catcher, number 8, Dylan Gaskill, will now stand in. 0 for 1 on the night, struck out swinging in the first inning. So far, so good here for Wise. He's managed to collect 5 strikeouts on the night. He's only given up 1 hit, 1 walk. And it's it's so important, getting these first pitch strikes over, getting these hitters in a bad situation there as Vickery makes a nice backhanded play for the second out of the inning. Well done there, young man.
The pitcher, number 16, Cowan.
So 2 outs now in the inning, but Wise is getting ahead of these hitters and putting them into a situation to, essentially to fail and to get themselves out. And so far, Wise has really done a very nice job of that, and Cowan is not being able to execute on some opportunities when given to him, as Keir will fly out on the first pitch. So a very, very quick inning of work here. 6 pitches thrown by Chandler Wise here in the top of the fourth inning as the Blackhawks go very silently. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth now. Wapahani leads it 1-0. All righty, back here with Brandon Orvilius alongside cameraman Jordan Redbeard and McCoy in the bottom of the fourth inning as the Raiders are leading things here 1-0 to begin things with the first baseman, number 23, Drew Young. Young so far again 0 for 1 on the evening. Had a pop out to the third baseman in the first inning, as he will foul that one off to even a count here at 1-1. So again, they moved Young down just one spot. They switched him and Braxton in the 4 and 5 hole. See if Drew might be able to get things back going here in this AB as he sends one into center field. A nice piece of hitting right there, sending it right back up the chute where it came from. So he will begin things with a leadoff hit here in the bottom of the fourth inning. And now the shortstop, number 8, Stephen Vickery. 0 for 1, flew out to center field in the first inning to end the inning. Wapahani just looking for some kind of momentum here. Again, it's just kind of lagged on just like it was last night. The offense has been a little stagnant here. Now, granted, we do have 4 hits now, which, that's great and fine and dandy and all, but you got to, the old saying goes, get them on, get them over, get them in. Well, we've been able to get them on. Occasionally we've been able to get them over, but we can't seem to get them in. So we've got to execute when the opportunity presents itself here. Vickery showing bunt as Davis will be back, that is Young over there as he gets back in there safely at first. So again, the count stands at 0-1 on Vickery. Again, Stephen, 344 hitter on the year, 1 home run, 6 RBIs. Also 3 doubles, and Young will barely get back in there safely. I'll tell you what, some of the base running here, boy, making things a little bit more interesting here for us. So 1 ball and 1 strike here on the Raiders shortstop. Ooh, fouled off. Man, I guarantee you would like to have had that pitch back. That was right in the wheelhouse. One ball, 2 strikes. 1 on and nobody out. And the pitch from Keir will be skied up on the foul side of first base, and Mace will make the play. So Vickery fouls out to the first baseman for the first down of the inning. And the designated hitter, number 17, Brevin Rivers, now up. He flew out to the left fielder in the second. Pretty nice shot out there. About another 10 more feet, that would have been over the wall. And speaking of which, that's a deep drive left center field. Center fielder's there and will make the catch. So if he would have only hit that same ball to left field, more than likely that would have been a home run. But unfortunately, that's not the way things turned out. Fly out to center field for out number 2. And the left fielder, number 11, Isaiah Brozier, now at the plate. 1 for 1 on the night. Had a single in the second inning, but was then left stranded at first, as he is trying to continue the inning here for the Raiders. And we'll begin things here with 1-0. Number 8 hitter in the order is Brozier. Rouse to follow him, and then the top of the lineup. We'd like to hopefully see Garrett and Chandler and the rest of those guys still here in the inning. As Brozier will send it out right center field. It's going to be a tough play. That's going to get over the head. The right fielder and center fielder take each other out. Young motors around third. Here comes Brozier to third base. Young will score. And so that will be an RBI triple by Isaiah Brozier. Yes, sir. So hopefully the center fielder and right fielder is all right out there, because that was a very awful spill. Took each other out, but a fine piece of hitting by Brozier. Well done, young man. So they look to be okay. The head coach, Ryan Conwell, came out there to make sure they was all right. So he'll go ahead and take his stroll back onto the third base dugout.
Now batting for the Raiders, the second baseman, number 5, Evan Roush.
So big time momentum booster, I think, right there by Brozier. Hopefully we can use that and hopefully score some more runs. 1-0 here on the Raiders' second baseman, Evan Roush. He flew out to the right fielder in the second inning. Be a great first hit right here for him on the night. Now 2-0. Here with a windup and a 2-0 offering. Inside, now ball 3. So 3 balls, no strikes here on the Roush. And here's the pitch, and that's not even close to the strike zone there. Not even in the same area code. So a 4-pitch walk to Roush. Brozier at third, Roush at first. And here we are with the top of the order with center fielder number 15, Garrett Stanley. Stanley 0 for 2. This again would be a great time for his first hit of the ball game. And that would be up and away for a ball, 1-0. Again, Garrett so far on the season, 21 runs scored. 457 hitter coming into this evening. 2-0 Raiders lead it. And rifled into left field. And happy birthday. You're welcome into the glove of the left fielder to end the inning. So a nice hit there from Stanley. Just unfortunately found the left fielder's glove as he stuck that one up there. As the Raiders are able to put another run up on the board here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 1 run on 2 hits, also no errors, and 2 left on base. So we'll head to the top of the 5th. Raiders lead at 2-0 after 4. Welcome back here on YouTube.com with the top of the 5th inning. Wapahani leads at 2-0 here. Overall line score for the Raiders to this point. Wapahani so far here has 2 runs on 5 hits, also 1 error, and 4 left on base. While the Blackhawks have no runs on 1 hit, also 1 error, and 2 left on. So not, obviously not a whole lot of offense here for the Blackhawks early in this one. But in large part because of the fine pitching by Chandler Wise and the great defense here from the Raiders. So Jacob Thomas in here 1-2. He offered at it, and that will be strike 3. See you later for out number 1.
The second baseman, number 1, Christian Barton.
Here's the second baseman, number 1, Christian Barton. Drew a walk in the second inning in his only plate appearance of the evening. So 6 strikeouts now for Chandler Wise. Still tough to match Riley Porter's absolute pitching clinic from last week. He ended up having 14 strikeouts. So 2-1 the count on Barton. Wise gets the signs. Here's the windup and the pitch. Missed right there for ball 3. Up and out of the zone for ball 4. So a 1-out walk to Christian Barton. So Barton has really been about the only big-time thorn in the side here of Chandler Wise. Both of the walks today so far have been by Christian Barton. So a bunt. Wise will take it, throws on to first. So that will be out number 2 of the inning. That will get Barton out of second base as Hargraves will put down the sacrifice bunt. 1-3 put out. And now the number 9 hitter in the order. Shortstop number 9, Noah Collins, grounded out to the second baseman in the third inning. Wise trying to leave him stranded out there. Fouled off down the right side. Now to play. 0-1. So a big time, really a big time at bat here for both teams. Wise trying to leave the score where it is, and the Blackhawks just trying to get a hit. And not only that, but to even put a run up on the board here to inch a little bit closer. It's not been really a whole lot of opportunities for Cowan to score some runs. Here's the pitch. See you later. Again, pull the chainsaw. Nicely done there by Chandler Wise. As, again, he's able to get out of a little bit of trouble here in the top of the 5th inning. He has a pair of strikeouts, now 7 strikeouts for the ball game. And Cowan gets no runs on no hits, also no errors, and 1 left on. To the bottom of the 5th we go here on the WHS Network. Raiders lead it 2-0 after 4.5. Welcome back to Raider Baseball here on the WHS Network. Wapahani here with a 2-run lead as we enter the bottom of the 5th inning. And we will start things off with the pitcher, number 12, Chandler Wise. 1 for 1 on the day here so far for Chandler, as that will be in there for a ball, 1-0. Chandler singled in the first inning, scored a run, and then also singled in the third and was caught stealing to end the inning in the third inning. So 1 ball, 1 strike here to Wise. Shot right back at us there. That will even the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Wise. Got 2, 3, and 4 hitters due up here in the bottom of the 5th. As that one again will be fouled back and out of play by Chandler. Strong day on the mound, strong day at the plate. Hopefully that continues right here. Keir trying to have a clean inning of work. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Ball 3, low and in. So that will run the count to full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the payoff pitch to Wise. Little nub shot off the end of the bat. As that rolls foul. So this will be the 8th pitch in the at-bat. Coming up here to Chandler Wise. Payoff pitch once more. And a line drive into center field. That's going to get over the head of the center fielder. And here we are off to the races. Wise motors around third, motors into second here, around to third base. And a lead-off triple by Chandler Wise. A fine piece of hitting. Now a 3-for-3 day for the Raiders senior. So a great opportunity to begin things in the bottom of the 5th with a triple from Wise. The catcher, number 3, Tyson Lipscomb, now at the plate. A deep drive to right is going to stay fair. It will! Inside the line. Here comes Lipscomb around second, heading the third, and he'll stay put at second base. So the Raiders come out swinging here in the 5th as they now lead at 3-0. A triple by Wise, a double by Lipscomb, and the Raiders got it a cooking in the 5th. So third baseman number 22, Braxton Davis, will now stand in at the plate. 0 for 1 on the evening, drew a walk in the first, also stole a base, and then lined out to the center fielder in the 3rd inning. Keir will come to the set. And the pitch to Davis will be a called strike on the outside part of the plate, 0-1. Here on Davis, and the pitch shows bunt, gets it past the pitcher. That's going to be an infield single. Nicely done, well placed there by Braxton Davis. Once it got past the pitcher, that was in no man's land. So already 3 hits here in the inning.
The first baseman, number 23, Drew Young.
So Lipscomb now at third. The runners on the corners here with Davis at first. And first baseman, number 23, Drew Young, now at the plate. I'm actually kind of surprised, to be quite honest with you, that nobody's come out to talk to the pitcher here. You know, you got 3 hits right in a row to begin the inning. We've already scored 1 run, and we're threatening for more. So just a little unorthodox there. I'm sure that Keir a little beside himself at this moment, considering he was really couldn't get a hit off of him. We had 5 hits coming into the inning, which, we did do a good job of that. But really, other than that, we really couldn't do a whole lot scoring runs and so on and so forth. So now that Keir's gotten to a little bit of trouble, I am surprised that nobody's came out to talk to him. So 1 ball and 1 strike here to Drew Young. Young 1 for 2 on the day, popped it up to the third baseman in the first, and then singled and scored a run in the 4th inning. Keir will come to the set. Here's the pitch, and bunted, a little suicide squeeze, And he's going to be out at first. But a job well done by Drew Young. That will score Lipscomb, and the Raiders now with a 4-0 lead.
The shortstop, number 8, Stephen Vickery.
So you got Braxton Davis now out at second base. Still only one out here in the inning after the sacrifice bunt put down, and that's going to hit Vickery. So the screws have kind of came loose now on the inning for the Blackhawks. Now first and second, one out here in the inning. And the heavy hitter, the designated hitter, number 17, Brevin Rivers, now stands in at home plate. Be a great opportunity to collect your first hit of the ball game here for Brevin. And a pitch, a ball in there, called a strike. No balls, one strike here to Brevin. Care with a pitch. Oh, boy, a deep drive to left field, well foul, but he absolutely tattooed that one. Holy cow. If only he would have been able to straighten that one out. That would have probably landed up there near the ticket booth. Here's the 0-2, and now in the left center field. Will anybody get there? No, that will be in front of the center fielder. Here comes Davis around second, and Vickery will stay put at third base. So a RBI double by Brevin Rivers, and the route continues here in the bottom of the fifth. So Vickery at second or third base now. Rivers at second base. Davis scores on the RBI double from Rivers.
The left fielder, number 11, Isaiah Brozier.
And, you know, they always talk about how, different parts of the game can be contagious, where our lack of hitting was contagious. These guys really weren't hitting very well. Now we're starting to hit. Now everybody's hitting. And you lead off the inning there with Wise with the triple, Lipscomb with a double, Davis with a single. You had the sacrifice bunt, then a hit by pitch of Vickery, another double here by Rivers. Hitting's contagious. Now scoring runs, and now we're starting to see some more fluency in their hitting. Finally, here we've been waiting for that now for about a game and a half, and now we're really starting to see it cook back up again. So 2 balls and 1 strike here on Isaiah Brozier. Brozier's had a nice day for himself, 2 for 2 with an RBI triple his last time up, and that's going to be a line drive into the first base glove of Mace.
The second baseman, number 5, Evan Roush.
So 2 out now in the inning. And we'll have the number 9 hitter in the order for the Raiders, the second base, number 5, Evan Roush at the plate. As he will sky that one into center field, and he will make the play for the third and final out of the inning. The Raiders able to tack on some insurance runs here in the inning, 3 runs, as Wapahani gets 3 runs on 4 hits, also no errors, and 2 left on base. We'll head to the top of the 6th inning. Wapahani now leads it 5-0. Top of the 6th inning with more Raider baseball here on the WHS Network. Wapahani leads at 5-0 after 5 innings of play. And we will be set to begin things with the center fielder, number 11, Max Netrauer. Here's the pitch from Wise. That will be in there for a ball, 2-0. Netrauer so far on the day, 0 for 2. Struck out looking in the first inning, then reached base on an error in the third. So a rarity here by Chandler Wise, 3-0 to begin the AB for Netrauer. Here's the 3-0. And there, okay, out of the zone for ball 4. So a 4-pitch leadoff walk to Netrauer. And the left fielder, number 6, Evan Davis, now at the plate. As we will have a heart-to-heart mound visit here from Coach Brian Dudley here with his pitcher, Chandler Wise. We'll see if he'll leave him in there. Might say, hey, you got anything left in the tank? Well, yeah, absolutely, Coach. And hopefully he'll leave him in here. He's had a really strong outing for himself. He does have 3 walks, 2 of those to Christian Barton. But really, aside from that, he's only given up 1 hit and 3 base runners on the day. So, to this point, really can't ask a whole lot more out of him other than continue to put up zeros. So we're hoping that he can continue that here with, again, the left fielder, Evan Davis, 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. And that will be in there, called a strike, 0-1. Swung on and missed. Now strike 2 as he just blows it by him with a gas. No balls, 2 strikes to Davis. Man on at first. Not a very big lead down there at first base. Don't have to really worry about him stealing anything. And a ball up and away. One ball, 2 strikes. And swung on and missed. Down to second base. And they're going to catch him stealing. So a 2-for-1 deal. Man, I love that special. So a strike him out, throw him out, double play. And that will now bring up the first baseman, Jack Mays. Mays so far 1 for 2, had a double in the first inning. And he was left stranded at third and then flew out to the left fielder in the fourth. 1-0 to begin things with Mace. The wind-up and a pitch from Wise will be fouled off down the right field line and out of play. One ball, 1 strike. The windup and a pitch. A little dribbler to the pitcher. Wise throws on the first, and that will end the inning. Man, a fantastic job there by Chandler Wise. Get the leadoff walk. Nothing hurt here as the Blackhawks get no runs on no hits, also no errors, and nobody left on. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. Raiders lead at 5-0. Welcome back here. Brandon Morvillius alongside cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy with the bottom of the 6th inning. And we'll lead things off here with the top of the order with center fielder number 15, Garrett Stanley. Garrett so far on the night 0 for 3. But he's hit the ball hard every time, and that's going to get through the infield for a leadoff single to begin the inning. So all those hard-hit baseballs throughout the game that haven't been able to fall in, he finally got one to fall in right there. And a job well done for Garrett with a leadoff single. And here we are with a pitcher, number 12, Chandler Wise. Not much more of a hotter hitter than Wise is right now. 3 for 3 on the day. Also, including on with that, 2 runs scored. 2 singles and a triple. Pickoff move back to first. Stanley in there safely. It's really about the only way you can top off his day is with a good old-fashioned 2-run homer. But we'll take if he can get on base somehow, we'll take that as well. So 0-1 here on Chandler Wise. Kier will come to the set. And the 0-1 pitch will be up and in for a ball, 1-1. So a much better couple of last innings here for Wapahani. Start to get the sticks a-going. And starting getting back to the basics of the game and being able to do those correctly. Still a 5-run lead here. You always like to tack on more. You can never score too many runs. If anybody says that, then they must not know much of anything. Because you can never score too many runs. Fouled off there. So the count will stay put at 1 ball and 2 strikes. There's the 1-2. Lace down the left field line, foul. So Wise is staying alive. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Stanley on down at first base with a leadoff single. And Wise here with a 3 for 3 day, looking for something just a little bit better even than that. And throws the bat out there in the right center field. Now it's going to get down for a hit. Here's Stanley moving on to third. And a 4-hit day for Chandler Wise. Have a day, young fella. Man, oh man. Getting it done on the mound, getting it done on the with the bat here as well. And a pair of hits to lead off the inning, and the Raiders have it going once again here. Wapahani now with 11 hits here on the night. Back-to-back here with Stanley and Wise, and Lipscomb now at the plate. As he sends that one in the shallow right field. That might get down, and it will. Wise will now move on to second, and Stanley will score another run, and the Raiders tack on some more after Lipscomb gets another base hit. He's now 2 for 3 here on the day with his second RBI of the evening. Here's the pitch by Kier. Fouled off down the right field line. The first baseman nearly gets there and makes the play, but he also nearly bit the dust as well. 0-1 here on Davis. No balls, one strike. Davis 1 for 2 on the day. Looking for his second hit here and rifles it over the shortstop's head in left center. Here comes Wise around third, heading home. Lipscomb will take third base. And the line just keeps moving here for Wapahani. Now a 7-0 lead. And it looks like we potentially might have a pitching change, as head coach Ryan Conwell will come out to talk to his pitcher. So we'd like to thank some of our sponsors here during the break. Stoops Automotive Group Buick and GMC dealership, owned by Randy Stoops. They're located at 4055 West Clare Lane in Muncie, Indiana. Stoops has a wide variety of brand new and pre-owned vehicles of quality brand names. So if you have an interest in a vehicle, would like to know more information about one, please contact them at 765-288-1903 and also visit their online website at stoopsauto.com. Their hours are Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. They're also open Saturday from 8 to 4. So a special thanks to Stoops Automotive Group, Buick and GMC dealership. Stoops is driven to be the best. So a 7-0 ball game. Lipscomb down at third, Davis at first base, and 1-0 here on the Raiders' first baseman Drew Young. Now ball 2, low and away. So they stuck it out here with Keir. I don't know how much longer he's going to be able to go. I know that that pitch count's got to be running up there a little bit, and not to mention the fact he's already given up now 7 runs. And you know, and most of that is just because the Raiders are finally starting to get the bats heated up a little bit. It's taken some time, there's no question about that, but you knew slowly but surely they would get things going again. And now that they have, there is no stopping the train. Here comes Davis on the second, and he's going to be caught stealing. I don't know if that was supposed to be a hit and run or if that was supposed to be a double steal, but it looked like somebody had missed a sign right there. So I'm assuming, I don't know if that was a ball or not, but that was a base hit. We do know that by Drew Young. And that will now score another run here for the Raiders. So that will now make it an 8-0 lead as Tyson Lipscomb scores on the play. 2 RBIs now on the day for Drew Young. 2 hits also on the day for Drew Young. Now 2 for 3 on the day. So Wapahani has managed to collect 5 hits in a row to begin this 6th inning. And a rifle in the left center by Vickery. That's going to go nearly all the way to the wall. And they're going to hold up Drew Luce over there at third. He did come in to run for Drew Young. So a double from Stephen Vickery, his first hit of the day. And the Raiders have him at second and third and only 1 out with the designated hitter number 17, Brevin Rivers, now at home plate. There's Rivers, a deep drive to left, and that's going to one-hop the wall. He has been continuing to absolutely put the spanking on the baseball today. So Rivers will trade places with Vickery. Vickery now at third, as Drew Luce will score on the play.
The left fielder, number 11, Isaiah Brozier.
So Rivers there with an RBI double. That's his second RBI of the day. Vickery at third, Rivers at second, and Isaiah Brozier at the plate. This has really been phenomenal here. The first 7 batters of the inning record a hit. I mean, not too many times does that happen. Yes, you might have the first 7 runners reach base, but not necessarily always by a hit. So that is really something. And Brozier swung on and missed right there for strike 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch to Brozier. Be right back up the middle, but the pitcher will toss it on the first for the second out of the inning. So that will be out number 2 now of the inning with the number 9 hitter in the order, Evan Roush. Actually, now we're going to have a pinch hitter. Number 21, Riley Porter, will now come up to hit for Roush.
Now batting for the Raiders, number 21, Riley Porter.
So the Raiders just have to put one more run up on the board. You score one more run, the game's over. They have the 10-run rule. And Porter will foul that one off and out of play to begin things here at 0-1. So far, Wapahani has 4 runs on 7 hits here in the inning. Chasing the high stuff right there was Porter, so he falls now to 0-2. Ball high and away. One ball, 2 strikes. 2 out and 2 on. The windup and the pitch. And Porter will sail it over the third baseman's head, and that's going to be the old ball game. So Porter with an RBI base hit, and the Raiders will win this one here by a final score of 10-0 in 6 innings. And, man, I'll tell you what, they have really brought out the sticks here in the bottom of the 6th inning, scoring 5 runs, and in which the Raiders scored 9 runs within the last 3 innings. The 4th, the 5th, and the 6th inning. So nicely done there by the Raiders, again, as they now to move on to 10-3 on the season, 4-0 in the MEC Conference. And they will be back at it on Saturday as they will begin things with the Wapahani Invitational coming up on Saturday morning starting at 9:30. So go ahead and step aside here for a short break, folks. We'll be back here with the post-game report on the WHS Network. All righty, welcome back here, folks, with the Muncie Dragway game break here. Final score this evening, your Wapahani Raiders defeat the Cowan Blackhawks 10-0, now to improve to 10-3 on the year and 4-0 in the MEC Conference. And a very big victory here. The Raiders obviously coming off of a tough loss last night there to Delta 6-0. Couldn't get the bats going. The defense struggled. The pitching was good yesterday, but just the defense and the offense really struggled for us. Come out today, the defense was good. I thought the defense was actually very good, but then the hitting was struggling, continuing to struggle. But there in the fourth inning, we really got things going. We had 3 hits through the first 3 innings of the game. We came out in the fifth, was able to get a run on 2 hits. In the fifth, we scored another 3 runs on 4 hits. And then here in the 6th inning, just absolutely stomped it out completely. Had 5 runs on 8 hits. The first 7 hitters in the order reached base by some kind of a hit. We had 5 or 6 singles in the inning and 2 doubles. So 6 singles, 2 doubles in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Plated 5 runs to win with the run rule here, 10-0. Overall line score here this evening, not a very good evening here for the Blackhawks. They get no runs on 1 hit, also 1 error, and 3 left on base, while your Wapahani Raiders get 10 runs on 17 hits, 1 error, and 6 left on base. And you had obviously the pitching performance by Chandler Wise was absolutely outstanding. I mean, he went out there, went toe-to-toe with these guys, and really pitched a great game, and you can't really ask for a whole lot much more than what he gave here this evening. Just a overall great job by him on the mound. Had a 4-for-4 night at the plate. I mean, he just absolutely raked, and there in the 6th, that just, one right after the other. Hitting's contagious. Playing great baseball is contagious, and I'm happy to see us get back into the rhythm of things and getting some momentum together, and hopefully go into Saturday and regather ourselves again here and have a great day of baseball for the Wapahani Invitational come Saturday morning. So we'll take another quick break, and we'll be back here with the finishing comments on the Muncie Dragway game break here. Final score, Wapahani 10, Cowan 0. We'll be back right after the break. All right, welcome back here, folks, with the finishing comments here of the Muncie Dragway game break here. Again, Wapahani takes it tonight, 10-0 final score here. Again, Chandler Wise, the winning pitcher on the mound. Colin Keir, the losing pitcher here this evening for the Cowan Blackhawks. The line score here for Chandler on the evening. He had 6 innings pitched, gave up 1 hit, no runs. Also had 3 walks and 8 strikeouts for a gem of a game here pitched by Chandler Wise. Again, got it done on the mound and also had 4 hits in the game, 3 singles and a triple. And just overall a great team win for us here. Coming off of what we had last night, you bounce back from that, and that's really what I probably liked the most about it. you don't dwell on what happened. Get back after it here today. The first couple innings there, wasn't great. It wasn't bad, but, it wasn't the greatest from a hitting standpoint. But then we gathered ourselves here a little bit and started putting the ball in play, and great things were happening for us. So just a great team victory here this evening. Wapahani, again, now 10-3 on the year, MEC Conference record of 4-0. As we'll get back at it again Saturday morning with the Wapahani Invitational. We'll start off with the Cambridge City Lincoln Eagles against your Wapahani Raiders at a 9:30 start time. That will be game 1 of 4 on Saturday. The second game will be featuring Park Tudor and Knightstown, the battle of the Panthers. And then the consolation game will be back after that, and then the championship game after that. So we're hoping that it's going to be a long day at the ballpark on Saturday. But again, a 9:30 start time Saturday morning, Wapahani versus Cambridge City. And what should be hopefully a great day for baseball. Should be great weather. It's supposed to be right around 60 degrees and sunny on Saturday. So make sure to come on out to the ballpark and enjoy a great day, and hopefully 2 wins for Wapahani. And again, the huge thanks to all of our sponsors: Jones Auto Body, Stoops Auto Overgroup Buick and GMC Dealership, University Avenue Dental, Greg Pyle DDS, B. Joseph Davis, Attorney at Law, Liberty Perry Alumni Association, and the Muncie Dragway, all proud sponsors of the WHS Network. So again, folks, Brandon Morvillius alongside cameraman Jordan Edbeard McCoy, thanking all of you for watching. Again, the Raiders win it tonight. Final score, 10-0 over the Blackhawks. We'll see you back here on Saturday on the WHS Network. Have a great night, folks.